They just want you to sit in your chair and go hip hip hooray for the Western press and the Western narrative, regurgitating the same old every single day without the truth. Please watch the first series, the first 2 episodes, the second series. Look at that.
Absolutely fascinating.
And it was the first time the Beatles had really stopped being semi-professional almost.
Hi everyone. Footy tonight. Have you got all over last night? Because it was great last night. It's the first time we played well. But I reassessed it, I analysed it, I looked at it again, the full match, and they were awful. But they broke us open when they scored their goal. We were terrible for the first 20 minutes. We were. Just nothing was happening. Nothing was happening. They scored the goal. Then we got back. Brilliant ball by Robertson. Right through. Ekatike onto it, bang, goal. And we built from that. We actually built from... Why does everyone... Do you know what? It's Fozzie. I can't get him on. I wish I could have him on, but I'm sorry, I can't get him on. Anyway, I just want to thank my sponsors. These are great lads. Gap Painting Services. You've got to get them in. Don't struggle. I struggled, broke my bloody neck. And this is the way I am today, unfortunately. If you're an NHS worker, if you're an elderly couple or just on your own, an elderly person on your own, don't get cowboys in for a start. Don't get them in. And they cost you a fortune as well. Well over the odds of, proper lads, proper painter and decorators. Because that's what these are. Fully insured, fully time served lads. They did the apprenticeship and they're well matured into the doing houses in. Not doing houses in, doing houses up. And that's what they're like, Gap Painting Services. And as I said, if you're an NHS worker, get them in. You get a special discount. If you're an elderly couple, as I said, or just on your own, don't struggle, get them in. You get a special discount. And if you're not one of those categories, just get them in anyway to give you the price. Without any obligation. That's Gap Painting Services. Wonderful people. Wonderful people. And they're the sponsors of the Frank Carlyle show. So there you have it. There you have it. And also what I want to tell you, a scarf or a badge, get them in. Not get them in. Have a look at their online things. They're brilliant. Quality stuff. Everything is quality. And I mean everything. Mike and Michelle Dean, they're absolutely brilliant people. They look after you. They've got a vast array of quality stuff. from hoodies to nitties to everything, even badges. Everything they have. And great reasonable prices that everybody can afford. Just have a look at their online thing. They always open 2 hours before, for 2 hours before a game, a home game. But you can always catch them on at Scarf or a badge.com. Go online, get them. Great people, wonderful people. So anyway, I'm back again, and as I said, I was watched the game today. Well, I've watched it 3 times, watched it live. Watched it again last night, fallen asleep, so I decided to have another look at it, properly. And I want your take on it. Are we over, like, we're back or whatever? Are we back? Is this the beginning of something that we've been missing all season, even the back end of last season? Those changes made a massive difference. So why hadn't Slot been looking at this and playing the lads in form? That's me though. That's just me, when I was looking at it again. Why hadn't he been playing these lads? I said against Man United, before the Man United game, about Jones. I said, this is a Jones thing, this is a Jones match. Didn't get it. He didn't start. He started the same team that was humiliated by fringe players of Chelsea. So he brings in the same team to play Man United. Man United is just being humiliated by Grimsby. Say the word, Grimsby. And we ends up getting beat by Man United. And even Johan, who comes on my pods, he even said, that Man United are awful. So last night, we were all open for a change. Everyone was open for a change. A new system. Because the system that he's been playing all season, and you know that, we had wins, we went top of the league, but we were lucky in the wins. You can't say any different. We were lucky getting those wins. Not all of them, but most of them. And then we were found out. Then we lost 3 on the bounce. Didn't we? Then 4 on the bounce. So he had to change it. Now, will he revert back to, his old system in the Premiership? And the way I look at it again, I've got to say it's Frankfurt were woeful, terrible team. And yet they sliced us open for that was a brilliant goal. And if you would have heard me last night, I said that as I was just before they scored the move, I was saying that's the way we play. That's the way we used to play, where they were moving the ball right up and bang goal. I said, there you go. Let's see what you've been saying anyway. Edward says, 2 assists for the flow. Weight off the mark, yep. I like the new thumbnail too. Oh, thanks. I've never seen the thumbnail. I'll just go straight on. Yusuf Slot's comments after the game is worrying. I won't listen to it, I'm being honest. I just wait for someone else to tell me what happened. But unfortunately, no one's phoned me, no one says anything to me. And Yusuf, Frankfurt didn't play long balls. They let us press them. No low blocks, was there? Good shout, Yusuf. Pretty much told the world how to play against us. Yeah. Good shout. Seeing what Mo has done with his social media makes me worry that he is dealing with real depression. It's totally out of character from what we know of him. I think this summer has had a big effect. The big effect is the death of his mate. When my mate died, we were 24 years of age. When on my birthday, and I'm trying to give an example here. On my birthday, I was 24 years of age, and my grandmother wanted to see me. Anyway, he goes, and I sees her. And I said to her, she said to me, "Happy birthday, Francis." I said, "Thank you. Thank you." But she said, like, "Compleanno," meaning happy birthday in Italian. And I said, "Thanks." And I said to her, "I'm 24 today, and it's the best year to 24 years of age is the best time. It is. Being 24 years of age. A few weeks later, my mate died. 24. Broke me, though. It broke me. When you see Mo, when you just see him looking at the cup at the end of the game, and his eyes were filled. And this is why I said last week, the 20-minute clapping has to stop. I said it's affecting the players. It's affecting the players. And it affects Mo. That's just me, look. That's just me. We all grieve for Diogo. We'll never forget him. We'll never forget him. So we don't need that 20-minute clapping every game. Just like we don't need the nay for racism. We know about racism. It'll never stop racism. No matter what you do, you could go on your two knees and put your hands together, look up. It'll never stop racism. So we know all about racism. They wear it on the shirts. Everything. And it's just like things, we have to move on. This is football, it's not politics. Politics always come into football. Unfortunately. And we've got bad refs as well. So, Neil Sunley, good shout, mate. Play compact, long balls and throw-ins. You can get a result against Liverpool, says Yusuf. There you go. Hi, Frank, says Christopher. And everyone, like and subscribe. Yes. Yes, we are back, says Christopher. Well, until the next game. Joanna, back until Brentford, set piece specialist. There you go. Do you know what? I'm glad, like, you're not like, we're still a bit dubious, aren't we? With the form. Should Salah play more centrally? That's a good point. That's a very good point, actually. Should he play more centrally? But I'm not liking what social media is saying. I put that bloody thing on today. That bloody Facebook. Oh, the football things. Oh. And they've got very short memories. And I mean, very short. About Mo Salah. He was doing the same last year and the year before. Get rid of him. And it was Mo Salah who won us the league. With his goals. With his assists. With everything. Get rid of him. Get rid of him in January. Yeah, okay. Forgetting what he's going through. And Joe says, Frank, man, think you need a mic. Can we chip in and get you a mic? Why? What's wrong? Can't you hear me? Frank, I think you need to. Oh, lovely Ambi. Hi, Frank and everyone watching. Hi, Ambi. And Neil says, evening, Frank and everyone. Evening, everyone. From me as well, Neil. We can't read that much until last night. Brentford will show us if these tactical changes are working. Have you noticed who's playing for Brentford, by the way? Henderson. Kelleher. There's a few of them playing. Cavallo. And Yusuf says, we can't read that much until last night. Brentford will show us if these tactical changes are working. You know what we're all going to be called? A load of owners. Enjoyed the chat. We did enjoy it last night, didn't we? We did. But we're being pragmatic now. We're being open. We've looked at the game. We've digested the game. We've seen how they played. We've seen how bad they were. But it did bring us confidence. The goals. I don't think Virgil or Canate will score much easier goals than they did last night. Really. When I say to Franco and Chatters, the German League and the PL are miles apart, but we'll see what tactics Slot comes up with in Saturday. We won't get away with any slack defending, says the lovely Toscana. When I say the Toscana. Okay. Hope we keep the new formation. Playing two forwards is rare these days, but worked last night. It did work last night, Edward, but showed. We didn't just win 2-1, we won 5-1, says Callum. I'm buzzing. There you go. Callum went missing after the Man United game. Wonder why. He still hasn't mentioned it. I went for a walk. I went south. Why? He never mentioned once about the Man United game. after what he was saying. Not having a go at you there, Callum. So you went buzzing after the Man U game? After the Chelsea game? Galatasaray game? Joe says everyone's forgetting this Frankfurt side being pumped more times than a bike tire this season. I think that answers Callum rather than me answering. You've got to. This is what I mean. Look. This is what I mean. You've got to look at and analyse it. That 5-1 last night, you know, are we going to carry it on to Brentford? Remember when we beat Spurs 5-1 last season and we won the league? Everyone was running around with their hands up in the air. Fantastic. Then we went back to normal. We won the league. Oh, yeah, great. That was it. I'm talking about the team. Then we carried on this season. I keep saying this. Whether I'm right or wrong, I don't know. Need you to tell me. He's got to change the system that he wants himself. That's not working. Will he bring it back on Saturday? Will Jones play Saturday? Ekitike and Salah up front, or Ekitike and Chiesa, says Yusuf. That's a cracker now. At least there's someone who still, looks at Mo as a hero. And that's Yusuf. I never forget great players. Mo Salah is a world-class player. And people are wanting to get rid of him, as I said before. Short memories, as I said. Short memories. I'm not crying, don't worry. TW, even a Frank in chat, AT. Callum says, in that terminology, we lost to Plymouth, but beat Man City away. Fucking hell. Yeah, right, okay. Man City had the worst fucking... Man City had the worst fucking season last season, mate. Did we get beat left, right and centre? Wendy. We did the double over them. How often did we do the double over there, City? And Joe says, have Liverpool deserved one win? Hang on. Have Liverpool deserved one win at all this season until last night? No. We last night, as I said, we were just the same in all the league games that we played until that ball from Robertson right through Ekitike down, and he hasn't been getting a start. Ekitike, how many times have we all been saying on here, why don't we start Ekitike? Because he doesn't start the players that are in form. No, he has to start Ekitike because he sacks out. What did he say last week, Slot? He's back to it. He's back to fitness. Yeah. Now you're going to... Okay, now. That put egg on his face. If he's back to fitness, he should have netted his sack last night. I remember someone saying on here as well, I think it was an outsider, some fan of someone else, wasn't a Liverpool fan. And he said, "Did you make a mistake? Did you make a mistake in buying Isak? Is he a waste of money?" Remember that comment? I said, no, Isak's a great player. He's a great player. But I don't think he's got any. Well, he's out now anyway, he's injured. But he's got no confidence, that lad. You seen that last night when he was through? He should have buried it. He should have buried it. That's lack of confidence. Oh, you may fucking go on. I'll see what you use. I'm just playing catch up with the chat. No, we've just started tea. And Joe says, everyone forgetting Vert used to put loads of, goal assist in the Bums League. Also runs. Let's see what he does at Brentford on the weekend. No, you're right. And this is why we bought him. And she says, I did, Yusuf. Slot was talking absolute crap again. The King, hey King. I would like to say yes, but I can't. This setup will not work against most of the Premier League teams unless he puts another player in midfield. We'll keep getting yes. The way they ran through last night for that goal, fucking hell. Oh, this fucking pain's back now. Thought I got rid of it. And Yusuf, see, you can tell the pressure's getting to him. Yep. Agree there on that. In case, Neil Sunley, in case none of you are aware, Mo has removed all LFC stuff from his social media. And she says, yeah, it was very bizarre. Yeah. And Joe says, this Jota grief fest is too much. We need to move. Yeah, thank you. No one fucking agreed. He's just agreed with me, Joe. It's got to stop. It has to stop. It just has to stop. We still... We won't forget the lads. We won't forget his family. We'll still think about it. Even like in comments, we have been saying it in comments when, this is the type of games that Jota would have been moving forwards and bringing something to the forward line. We've said it. So you don't forget the lad. But the clapping to me has to stop. Every 20 minutes of a game. But who am I to say, that's just me. Thanks, Joe. Thanks. Appreciate that. Agreeing. And all teams do is target our fullbacks, whether that's where eyeballs or just other wingers out muscle. Yes. Says the King, we're too easy to play against. By a fucking King, how long have I been? 3 years, mate. This is the third year. The third year, we need a DM. It was proved at back ends of last season. I really believed that we would have got a DM. And we was going to get that heave of me. And we didn't want to pay the 5 million. Wouldn't pay the 5 million. He would have been playing for us now, that lad. Gary. Nobody will let us move on, Frank, since Thatcher was in power. Thatcher. Oh, there's a fucking... Don't get me started on there, please, Gary. Lee. Hello, Frank. Agree with the 20th minute singing as well. As it's nice, it's bringing back into the minds of the players. I've said it on a few occasions now, Lee. While they're at work to get a result, yes, they are the fucking working, and people seems to forget that it's their livelihood, and they're being reminded of things. Like with my old girls, I fucking hell, that's all that I was getting off her. Your mother. Fucking hell, every fucking time. Even when I was doing lectures, people were coming up saying, "Heard about your mother? Oh, it's terrible." Fucking hell. Anyway, sorry. You don't distract people who are working. Maybe do it at the end of the game if we have won. So that gives it a bit more of you have won this for Jota feeling. That's a cracking comment. That. Thanks, Lee. That's a cracking comment. Great comment. Lee, brilliant. Snapey. Evening, lads and lasses. Hope we're all in a better fettle after crashing in while playing in the financial capital of Europe. They're fucking on the brink. Porsche going, Volkswagen's going. They're all going to America. It's been planned by the Americans. On the subject of xenophobia, I believe it to be the societal tumor. It is xenophobia. And there's not like xenophobia in this country. And Neil Sonic, good comments, Snape. Good to see you, mate, as well. Snapey. One swallow does not spring. Hang on. One swallow does not a spring make. One decent result does not mean he will change tactics. Do you think he's still under pressure, by the way? Because no matter what people think, you get other people say, he won us the league, he won the league last year, and that's all you'll get. He was under a hell of a lot of pressure last night. And Joe says, it's unreal how quick people turn on players. It was only 5 months ago. Everyone was saying, pay him whatever. Love that. Love it. This is the Liverpool fan base, I'm afraid. You can't be critical, you know that, of when we lost our fourth game in a row. I'm talking about 3 in the league and the Galatasaray thing. And we were criticising the way we were playing and Slot. And we were told not to criticise. Fucking hell, can you criticise? Everyone's there to be. I get fucking criticised. You get criticised. If you go on social media and you say something, my daughter, I'd love to fucking see this fella, like, love to. A son would as well. Told her to fuck off. Because she said about the tactics. This wasn't last night, this is before, this was only the other day. You don't know what you're fucking saying, fuck off. My nephews, love to fucking see him. Prick. And Lee says, I'm hoping things have finally clicked. Time will tell. Verts as well. It was great last night, Vert. It will only help us confidence, yes, but playing in Europe with time and space is not the Premier League when you have no space and time on the ball. Brentford next. Excellent comment. They're all great comments, to be honest. I was listening to Alex today. You know, that cop TV, copper talk, or whatever it is, whatever the. I know Alex. He's a cracking lad. I've actually been on a show, and he said about Mo. You know, where we all said he should have squared it, should have passed it, and he made a cracking comment. And he just said, you know, there's Mo. He's going through a terrible time. He said, and he just tried to put it through. He thought that he could score to get that one out the way, to put him on the road again. He said, I was unlucky because of bang between the good keeper's legs. He said, that would have gone in. You would have seen a different Mo. And I like that. I like the way he said it. Rather than, you know, we can all criticise Mo. And yeah, you know, if he would have squared it, Vert would have scored. Which would have been nice. But it would have been also nice for Mo to get on the score sheet. To give him a bit of confidence. So well done him. Well done, Alex Blood. Well done, mate. I can hear you loud and clear, says Gary the Rigby. Thank you. And Joe said, on the mic comment, it was about the intro. Sorry, mate. Loud and clear now. So I don't need to shout then. That'll do, mate. TW. I can hear you loud and clear, legends. Thank you, fellas. And Youssef Van der Berg as well. Yeah, Van der Berg. Yeah, he plays for them as well. Brentford are pretty much our beat. Yeah. There's another fella as well. Forget who it is. Can't forget Shep, says Callum. Yeah. Listen to this fella. He's great, Stephen, you know. Mulholland. Enjoying a few pints on a curry and so. Very good. There's a storm on the way, you know. Hope you're all aware of that. Keep enjoying it, Stephen, lad. Keep enjoying it. I don't know, says Dr. Benjamin, what you think, Frank. But a lot of people want Chiesa to start, but not for me. He's okay coming on when they have tired out. Yeah, I think what it is as well, Benj, in my opinion, is that, you know, give him a start sometime. Give him a start. It's like the best impact player we had last season, the season before, was little Harvey Elliott. When they started, he was awful. But let's see a full game from Chiesa. But you're right, he is. He's a great impact player. Well, he has to be. He has to be. Because, and what I mean is by he has to be, he's coming on, he's going to give us 110% because he's been stuck on the bench. And the lad is great. His attitude is unbelievable. He's not one of these sulky people. You can't beat 4-4-2 when not in possession of the ball, says T. Yep. Yep. Toscana. Mo will always be a hero, a modern day legend. He's going through a blip, that's all. Yes. Yes, Toscana. And grief as well. You've got to. And Stephen says, I apologise for the spoiler alerts last night, but I got Hecate. Well, you know what I mean, excited with Hecate. Says that, isn't it? Yes. Hecate's excited. That's cracking. You finished your curry yet? I had made pasta yesterday. I had some yesterday. Oh, blimey, I made a big pan. I had some 2 helpings today. I had a brunch. I just have to try and make it for one. And the Ben says, it's so hard to judge last night's game. They didn't press us. Reason why midfield had loads of possession. Great comment. That's what it was already. Yeah, great comment. Great comment. And we could press. Well, we could do nothing but press. But we haven't been pressing at all this season. Neil Sunley, you can understand that he wants to get out of Klopp's shadow and try and make his own legacy, but he just needs to realise that his way. I've said it. You're right. I've said it, Neil. I just hope he's mature. I just hope he's mature and man enough to. But I don't think he does. You know, he wants his own legacy at Liverpool. He'll never be a Shankly. I'm telling you that now. He'll never be a Paisley. He'll never be a Fagan. He'll never be Kenny either. He'll certainly never be Klopp. He'll never be him. Even with the team last year, you know, and when we went out to Plymouth Argyle, that sickened me. That fucking sickened me. And he didn't seem to fucking worry. And I'll tell you what else he didn't seem to worry about, which fucking sickened me worse still, was when we went out to Paris Saint-Germain at Anfield. Paris, after fucking beating them in Paris, with little Harvey Elliott coming on and scoring. And I don't think he realises what fucking special European nights are like. Because he's never experienced fucking anything. He's been alright over in fucking Feyenoord. Nothing like here, nothing like Anfield on Europe. It's renowned European nights. It's renowned Anfield throughout the world, throughout the football world, even by other fans. It's renowned. Never had a fucking clue. And it was the worst fucking result for me, Dan. It was the Basel game under the Northern Irish fella. Fucking said he should have been fucking sacked there. The Northern Irish fella after that. Coming out of there, I said he should be fucking gone in. And I always remember it, if anyone knows Claire Rourke, what I said when Rodgers came. Said his fucking name. When he first came. And I said, we won't win anything under him. I did say that. He's inexperienced. He walks around as though he owns and he reminds me, he owns the club. That's the way he was. And fucking Slot's the same. That's why he went to Ibiza on holiday. That's why he went to Dubai when after losing fucking 3 games on the fucking bounce. I'm going away. Go to Dubai. Did anyone get onto that, by the way? Because I fucking did. On current form, we drop Salah and we score 5 and win. He comes on and could have got an easy assist. He looked frustrated, hence his few shots off target. It will come again. It will come for him again. Yes, good shout there, Lee. As usual, mate. Good shout. Man City were bad last season because Pep tried different tactics. Ring a bell? Says Toscano. Yeah, we fucking beat them last season. Someone needs to tell Isak he isn't on strike anymore. That's a cracker. Well said. Well done, Joe. And the Snapey says, we've got to keep Salah. Of course we have. Of course we fucking have. Perhaps he won't emulate his numbers again, but his notoriety occupies opposition. Yes. Opposition defenders based on his reputation. Also, his creativity is curtailed playing with new teammates. Great analyst. Great analyst there. Little analytical gem there. Snapey. Bradley has to play because Frimpong's. Yes, says Youssef. Yes, he has to. Unless you put Joe there. And Joe says, Joanna, that is. It's a coincidence that he played a homegrown player last night and it was better. Can't help thinking selling all these lads like Kwanzaa, Elliott, etc. is no good. I said about, to be honest, I said about Kwanzaa, last week. I said, was it a mistake selling Kwanzaa? Because he's a fucking big lad. But some of them said, well, he wasn't good enough for Liverpool, And isn't it strange? His first season, right? Whatever Kwanzaa did, he played against Ipswich, didn't he? And he made a mistake and he was taken off at half time. How do you think the lad felt? First game as well under Sloot. And he hardly played him all season. Then he was fucking sold. Think about that. Think about that. I think, this is just my opinion, I think Kwanzaa would have developed into a very good centre-back because he had all the attributes. He had the size, the build, and he was filling out as well to a big monster. Good shout that, Joe. And the Ara, your red birds, hope you're okay, mate. Isak needs more of the ball. Mo used to get a lot of the ball without his teammates passing to him. I doubt he'd be a legend He is. Just saying. Remember, we played Crystal Palace, and one of the lads on here said that game, he only touched the ball. He sacked us, says. Crystal Palace, when we got stuffed by them. All right, we got beat 2-1, but we got stuffed, didn't we? Really. It could have been 5-0 at half time, if you remember. Anyway, that's how bad our midfield was. I don't know whether it was that bad. You try to fucking bypass games, where we were woeful. And someone said to the statistics and said that he touched the ball 6 times throughout the game. Isak, so he wasn't getting the ball. And a few weeks ago, no, it was only last week or the week before, they put a picture up. I don't know who it was on that fucking Facebook thing. And on that Facebook thing, you see a picture of Mo Salah in the opposition half. And he was on his own, and he was being converged by 5 opposition players. And the sad thing is, there was no one up front with him. Think about that. Great picture. I should have kept it, really. Snapey says, Isak, like Wirtz, will come good. Yes, that much talent won't be put in the shade for too long. Let's not fall into the modern day expectations of instant gratification. It's erosive and detrimental to players. Of course it is. That's why, don't you think? Look, someone mentioned that about Mo on his social network, and don't you think he's been fucking reading what people have been saying about him? Sell him in January. These are the same arseholes who were saying that last season. And he ends up with the golden boot, the most assists, and won us the league. Think about it. Fucking dicks, they are. The Redbirds, even the greats deserve criticism when they are not playing. Of course, they deserve. So does fucking managers. Of course. We were criticising the Big Veg. Look at the Big Veg for us, what he's done. I remember, when Rushy was playing for us, and I'm talking on this peak. And I was just in the cup, and Rush didn't score. And he went, fucking hell, get fucking shot of him. But he was joking. He was joking. You know what I mean? And that's one of the greatest goal scorers in football for Liverpool Football Club. Get fucking shot of him. So, but you can, obviously you can criticise people. And when you criticise them, it's allowed. But you got the fans. Other fucking fans, you go, hey, you know what I mean? You can't criticise them. Why? Why? Why can't you? Everybody's got a right to criticise. So you're right there, Redbird. Anyone who's up for criticism. I get fucking criticised. I suppose you have been criticised as well. Barry says, I'm sure you would have taken 5-1 if it offered before last night's game. You can only beat what's in front of you. Yeah, Barry, yeah. Yeah. And Joe says, didn't want to pay the $5 million for Gay. but we'll pay 130 million for Isak when Ekatike is class. Make it make sense. And Yusuf said, yeah, I agree there, Yusuf. I think this is his last season. And I'd like to see him go out in a blaze of glory. I really do. He deserves it for what he's given to Liverpool Football Club and the fans. And do you know what his favourite banner is? You know, he's got short hair now. It's the one where, you know, like that caricature of him, you know, with loads of hair. He loves that banner. His wife said it, actually. She said he just loves it. He laughs. And don't forget, when he goes, we will reflect. And the same arseholes as well who saying get rid of him, they'll reflect on what he's actually done throughout the years. Oh, wasn't he great? You know, well, yeah, it's the same fella that you once have fucking gone 3 seasons before he finally went. Fuck off. They don't fucking notice. But, Evening, Master Don Franco says the IBR. Hiya, IBR. Good to see you, mate. IBR, to you, Chef, I sadly agree. I think Mo leaves in the summer. Yes. That's why they gave him the contract, so they'll get money for him and someone will buy him. But I think he'll go to Saudi. So he won't play for any Premiership. Not like fucking Henderson. Henderson went to Saudi, didn't he? Then he went to Ajax. And then Brentford. The luckiest Liverpool captain on the planet. Won fucking everything. Well, the likes of Steven Gerrard's one of our great captains. Dragged Liverpool through when he was fucking no one allowed, like so fucking Jake Spear and Phil Babs. Fuck's sake. Souness as well. Great captain. Alan Hansen, great captain. Fucking Henderson. And the bench says, I think it would have been a good idea to leave Salah out longer. We need to make him angry. His position has been safe. That's a good shout, actually. Make him angry. And you know what? Stop playing the fucking, the clapping every 20 minutes. Fuck's sake, you're right there. It's a good shout. Paul Beck, good evening, Frank. Seems Mo spit the dummy out, but was have to say the balance of the team in the second half was well better with Chiesa in it, says Paul. He's a mate of mine, Paul, as well. Good red. Goes the game. And Yusuf to the IBR. I don't see us making the same mistake we made with Trent, where we let him run down. Yeah. It wasn't so much, Yusuf, to be honest, where, we let it run down. We was hoping that he would sign a contract. It's too late. He just said no last season. Maybe Trent's went like that. All right, I might sign. If you know what I mean. On his last season. And then he just let it run down. We do miss Trent, though. All right, we miss someone with his quality of passing. Awful defender, but his quality of passing to Mo Salah, phenomenal. Oh, sorry there, IBR. I can't stand our certain fan base who turn on our players like a light switch, especially on club legends like Mo, Robbo, and the Verge. Yep, I've got to admit though, I've said it and I said it last season that Robertson is not the same Robertson, and he has to be replaced. I did say that last season because I've seen it the season before. And you notice now when he plays, all the attacking starts on the left, the opposition, all the right down the left. But I don't turn on him. What I do say, I do criticise him when there's big gaps left open on the left. I criticise him, but I criticise anyway. That's by the way. And Snapey says Liverpool's manager will always be scrutinised by the very nature of the kudos synonymous with the job. Even in our most successful periods, the naysayers will always have a pop at us. Yes. Yes. It's like anything else, I was talking about jealousy the other night on a different pod, from and I hate jealousy. And you get a hell of a lot of fans being jealous of Liverpool. And the IBR, to Youssef, Mo is 33 years old, so he has very little market value now, unlike Trent, who was worth 70 million. But you'll be surprised how much, to be honest, how much Saudi will pay for him in the summer, next summer. And Neil says it's the same with Maka. He's been brilliant for us, but this season is nothing but slagging him off. Well, I think tactics. Yes. And they reckon that he's been carrying an injury as well. So why hasn't he been fucking resting till that injury's cleared up? And he's been brilliant for his country. Even scored. And Neil, when we played with pace, Maka would check twice before he even got the ball and knew where it was going next before he even got the... Yeah, like a snooker player, isn't it? He's a move ahead. Good shout there. And this season, because Slot, what's that? WABTS. Oh, sorry, yeah. This season, because Slot wants slow control, he gets the ball and then looks to see where it's going to next. Slowing the game takes away from Maka's ability. That's a cracking shout. That's a cracking shout. And the Redbirds, it's okay to critique any player, legends or not, if they are playing poorly, but some fans go too far. They need to give their heads a wobble. Yes. Yes. I love you, honest to God. Because you're genuine. You're genuine lads and girls. And you know your football. You know your football. And I like that. Comments prove it. Comments prove it. Steve Mulholland. I think criticism of Salah is unfair. What the man has achieved and broke many goal-scoring records is phenomenal. He broke one in the first game against Bournemouth today. He broke a record. And they don't fucking get that when he scored against Bournemouth. And I keep saying to people, try and have a look at that goal he scored. He comes from the right where he is, in our own half, chases right across to the left, right over to the left, and beat a player who was fucking there at the ball. Brings it down under control, runs into the area from the left. 3 players have converged on him. Just sidesteps and plants it in the corner. Brilliant goal. And he doesn't get the fucking acknowledgement for it. And broke a record as the only player in the Premier League to score more goals on the opening day of the league. The league campaign. Think about that. They forget that. Get rid of him. Fuck off. Get rid of him. And Joanna, is it time for Bruce Willis to go back to Wally and get someone else? We'll see after the Brentford game. We'll see after the Brentford game. And the King Elliott didn't even come on for Villa tonight. And they lost to go ahead. Imagine if we did that. Says the King. Well, I don't watch Thursday night clubs, games. I don't watch any fucking games. My only interest is Liverpool. And Dad says, big up, Frank, mate. This is my 11 for Saturday. Mohammed Dash Billy. Fucking hell. I have to stop drinking this water. Bradley, Ebu, Virgil, Robbo, Ryan, John, Bates, Mo, Hugo, Gapco. Says that. Where's Jones? Where's Jones? He was my man of the match last night, that lad. Where's he? Again, I said it last night, even before the game, that Jones is a scapegoat for fans. A scapegoat. They don't see the fucking goodness in him. Surprised there, Taz. And don't forget, Gravenberch mightn't be fit. Do you think we played better without Gravenberch? Did we play better without Moulton? Did we play better without Gravenberch? Fucking hell. I was surprised at you, Taz. Surprised, mate. But, you know, it's your opinion, and that's fine. Plymouth was the start of... Plymouth was the start of all this when he stated changing formation. The players were comfortable with. Thank you. And we got fucking beat by the mighty Plymouth, who were bottom of their league. Remember? And they went on to win the FA Cup, didn't they? Remember? They won the FA Cup. They beat Manchester City in the final, 6-0. They said, we beat Liverpool, fucking hell, we can go on and win this. And they beat, at Wembley, Man City, 6-0. Or was it Arsenal they beat? Yeah, Arsenal, they fucking battered the Gooners, 6-0. And that's fantasy fucking football. Coming from Big Arnie that day. And TW to Daz, where's Jones? Thank you. Where's Jones? The King. What does Claire Rourke do now? For a fucking clue. Don't know. Should have seen her face. She asked Jimmy Case, and it was live, you know. She said to Jimmy, what's Brendan going to do? You know, will Brendan, you know, sort of. And Jimmy went, oh, yeah, Jimmy just fucking agrees with everything. It's great, Jimmy. He's a great Casey, honestly. And she said to me, I said, no, he's inexperienced. Not going to win nothing with him. That's what I said. Like that. She went, oh. And before she could, because she was like, stuck for words, I said, we should have got someone in with more experience. And I was said to that fucking Mark Bedstead. Do you remember him? Fucking. Said to me, are we going to win the league? You know, and I said, Jimmy Case again was on. That's Chef. Neil Rimmer. Simon Rimmer, sorry. He was on with us as well. Me, Jimmy Case, Simon Rimmer, because he came in and did a little bit of cooking and that, you know. And Ian Prowse, who supports Tranmere. And he was asking, he went down, he asked me last. I said to Jimmy, we're going to win the league. Are we going to win the league? You heard him fucking Benstead. And Jimmy, oh yeah, we're going to win the league. I said to Simon, we're going to win the league, because he was sitting on the couch, you see. And Prowse, he was at the back with a fucking guitar, because he gave a song. And Simon, oh yeah, we're going to win the league. Said to Prowse, you're going to win the league? Oh yeah, going to win. Said to me, we're going to win the league, Frank. And I went, no, we'll mess it up. Was I fucking right? Yes. Fucked it up against Chelsea. Fucked it up against, who was it? Played the midweek. Was it Crystal Palace? 3-0 up. Then we played Newcastle the last game. 3-0 up and ended up 3-3. Suarez's last game, more or less. And he was crying, Suarez, because of the tactics. Paul Beck, good crowd on tonight. Press the like button, please. No one does. Honestly, no one does. I can see how many. Two likes I've got. And IBR to Daz, I'd pick Jones over John based on last night, says the IBR. And she says, I like Claire. She was all right. She was a Doncaster fan, did you know that? She supported Doncaster. She worked for Real Madrid, you know. She was on their TV. And when Liverpool were looking for, she applied, got the job. And she was all right, was clear. But she was a Doncaster supporter. Never trust anyone on that fucking LFC TV who's got an accent. If you know what I mean. Like poor Claire, you know. If you're a Scouser on there, you're a Liverpool supporter. I'll just put it that way on LFC TV. If you haven't got a Liverpool accent, you never supported them. You just fucking applied for a job and lucky enough you got it. Jeff, hiya Jeff. Something to smile about last night. Oh yeah, this is it. You know, can we carry it on though, Jeff? Can we carry it on? We're playing Brentford. Or will it be the same old, you know, that we've been playing all season and the back end of last season? Fucking crap. You know the scores, yeah. The old mate. And she says, Mo will see out his contract for me. And she says, I agree, Frank, on Quansah. It made no sense to me, and now we need a cover at centre-back. You see, remember what I said? He brought him off at half-time in his first fucking game for Liverpool Football Club. His first competitive game. And he broke that fucking lad, Quansah. He broke him, been here since he was a little kid. And it broke him. And then at the end of the season, you know, he hardly plays him, as you know. And then he had to rely on him when there was injuries. And that's how he played, you know, that's how he's coming on and playing. Come on a few times as sub. Fill the gap in when Canate was injured. And he sold him at the end of the season. Think about that. So obviously, seeing him just never fucking took a liking to him. Said, you're fucking gone the end of the season, mate. Neil Sully. Everything I've read says Jarrell is doing it, yeah, at Leverkusen. And they can't understand why we sold him. At least we have the option to buy back. I don't think he'll fucking come back if the other fella's here. I really don't fucking think he'd come back. I'm being honest with you. Would you? If he's still the manager, would you go back to a fucking manager who's just fucking wanted to, never liked you and got rid of you? He must have said he ain't fucking gone at the end of the season. No. Snapey. TW, agree 100% on Quansah. He's doing well in Germany. The Fozzie. Frank, are you, mate? Sorry, I can't get you on. I haven't the tools. I'm not von der Leyen. The tools. You know who von der Leyen is, don't you? And it's not lying, it's lying. Von der Leyen. And the IBR to TW, he wanted to leave and wanted to be an automatic starter, so we had to sell him, but not letting Gehe was poor. He wasn't getting a chance off a slot, though, you know. He wasn't getting a fucking chance off him. And they'll say, I know, I keep going on about Slot's tactics, but I think Isak suffers from it. Newcastle play like we did the press, the energy, getting it forward quick. Good shout. Good shout, that. And Snapey, criticism is born from concern. Yes, born from concern. And this is what, we try to tell people who say, you're always moaning. No, we're fucking not always moaning. It's concern. We want the best for the fucking club, for our team. And when someone says, I'll get behind the team, but fucking get behind them. I hate that fucking saying. I hate that. Get behind the team. I'm fucking behind it. I've been behind the team since the fucking Shankly days. They're fucking telling me, get behind the team. I've been fucking freezing on fucking bad grounds, fucking berry football, giggling. I forget, it was a cup match. Fucking lashing down. Standing on fucking cinders. And they're fucking telling me, fuck off. And telling me. And then go support another club. Plastic support. Support another fucking club. Good shout, that, Snapey, lad. Good shout. And Neil, come on, man. Give Ando a break. He was brilliant leader. Not the best player, but you're okay. And you'll say so. Great. I said he was the luckiest fucking man. As you just said, not a great player, Steven Gerrard. Unless, you're how old are you? 18, 17, 18. Well, you wouldn't remember Steven Gerrard, what he did. You wouldn't remember Alan Hansen, what he did. You wouldn't remember Graham Souness, what he did. And under Klopp, who worked on a shoestring, he won more than any of them. I'm not saying like more the European Cup medals than anyone won. But he won everything that a club can win in football. And he was lucky. A fucking lucky man. That's what I'm saying. Come on, Charlie Spearing is a legend. Fuck. And Dr. Benjamin again. I remember screaming at the great Alan Hansen at a match for giving the ball away. Fella next to me giving me down the banks. You can't criticise the greatest centre-half. Again, I've criticised Alan. Criticised the fucking all. I criticised Shankly when we were playing Watford. Was it Watford? In a cup game. And he St. John was a friend. The Saint. And he even admitted to me. He said, we were all over the hill. And he was picking them, the Shanks. He got criticised. And if Shankly can get criticised, yeah. First season, Bob Paisley fucking won nothing. Criticism. Look what he had. He ended up being the greatest Liverpool manager of all time. Got criticised. And if you can criticise those two, everyone's there to be criticised. I'm telling you. If it's deserved. Good shout there, Doc. Good shout. Snapey, Steven Gerrard's contribution to our club will always be acknowledged by proper copites. Thank you. Thank you. Henderson will never inhabit the rarefied echelons that the lad from Two Dogs Occupies, Stephen, was special. Absolutely. 110%. And Toscana to Neil, so, to Neil. A great slots tactics. Why buy a player if you're not going to play to his strengths? That's a smashing shout. Going right down here, boys. We're British. We're not happy if we don't have something to moan about, says Neil. Yeah. I mentioned, didn't I? A storm is coming. I forget what it's called, but a storm is on its way. Okay. I just want to live in the sun. I suppose tomorrow I'll go one fucking in the sun. The bench again. What worries me is our midfield don't win possession back quickly. McAllister was doing it last season, but even he's not doing it now. It's tactics. Please, Benji, it's tactics, mate. And Ryan the Gravy Boat Gravenberch. Ryan, who's your favourite player, Unc? Today, you mean? Today. There's a few there. Who are favourite players. But I must say, and I have to say this actually, I have to say it. Besides, we have the greatest goalkeeper in Ali. It's hard to put a finger on this season. It really is. If you would have asked me the same question last season, I would have said Mo Salah. Because he's been doing it over the fucking years. And I've got to say him now. I've got to say Mo. I've got to. For what he's done for us. And he's going through a shocking time at the moment and everyone's telling him to fuck off. Get rid of him. Not everyone, just ourselves. Who've got short memories. But I'm made up with I'm actually made up with Sir Bosley. Made up with him. What he's doing. Out of our midfield. He's everywhere, that lad. Everywhere. And Neil Jones was the only CM making runs and giving options. He's my man on the match last night. Curtis Jones. When we were camped on the edge of the box last night, Dom and Florian were very static, camped 5 yards outside the box. He was making the runs. Good shout. And Snapey says, just my opinion, but when Curtis Jones plays, we retain possession. I've said it, I agree with you. Consistently. Also, he's always looking to pass forward. Brilliant. When you consider he came through the academy as a 10, he's adapted well. Great shout there. Thank you, Snapey. And Ryan, the Gravy Boat, Gravenberch. He says, I love where is it? He says, I love Jones, but he hasn't fixed the same issue he had since Klopp which is that he doesn't release the ball fast enough. He just wants to keep the ball all the time. Do you know what? I used to say that, but I was watching him last night. And I was watching him when he finally fucking came on against Man United. And we started to play better, but he wasn't releasing the ball. But I said it last night as well, Ryan, that the caveat with him is when he's got no one to pass. I pointed it out last night. That's when he tends to get the ball taken away. Someone's on him. Because he's got no one to fucking pass to. And like we've been like that also. I'm not just talking about Jones, all the fucking midfielders do. And I seen him last night and I pointed it out with Jones. He had the ball and he was looking around and he fucking went like that with it. And he had to fucking go back. And who done that as well? One of our backs did it. It was Dom against, I forget who it was against now, and he was running down the left. He was running down, was it the right? No, he was running down the right. He was running down the right. I forget who he was against, unfortunately. As he was running down the right, he was looking over. There was no one fucking there with him. And he had to turn back and go back and pass it to Virgil. Or Canate. Forget how we passed it back anyways. Fucking hell. And that's the way Liverpool were playing. And still are, to be honest. But we'll see against Brentford. And see, those shocking that Frank F. Doncaster. Yeah. Big supporter of them. I'm telling you now, if they haven't got a Liverpool accent in that fucking LFC TV, but the back room have. My cousin works there. From the Italian side. They're not Liverpool supporters, they just apply for the fucking job and get it. Like applying anyway. Cleared it, got the job. And Brian Fernell, selling Kwanzaa was a head scratcher. And it could have easily kept it. And, I know one of the lads says that he wanted to leave. That was spin, that. I didn't like to say it, but I'm telling you now, it was spin. To get rid of him. It's like when we sold Diaz, loads of fucking spin, Brian. It was a load of spin, mate. He wanted to go. His dad saying, I want him to go to Barcelona. Did anyone fucking believe that? As one of the lads says on here, if anyone's, give your head a wobble, honestly. If anyone believed that, he was shouting that out. Sorry. And where did he end up if he wanted to go to Barcelona? Wouldn't he have stuck out to go to Barcelona? Yes, of course he would have done. He ended up at fucking Bayern Munich and is playing brilliant. Diaz. Lucho. That's who we miss. Even Nunes, let's put it in perspective here. Let's put it in perspective. The likes of Nunes, if he had to go back for the ball in our half and fucking run with it up to the defense, up to their defense. That's why they called him Captain Chaos. But at least he was fucking and started the press. Him and Diaz started the press. Because they all had to go. But now they don't. Because there's no press. Everything's static. Slow movement at the back. Oh, I never finished. I'm sorry there, Brian. Only made some sense if you brought in Gahey. So, if you had a chance to sign two players, you would just sign. But the thing is, with Gahey, they wanted another 5 million. It was like Zubamendi. Remember Zubamendi that time? Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. And their El Presidente said, just pay us the money. It's a one installment. Pay us the money, it's yours. And everyone was saying, weren't they, again, the fucking spirit. They don't think things out, right? And he was saying, he didn't want to come. He was saying to the fans, his own fans, no, I didn't want to go to them. What's he going to fucking say? Because he was going nowhere. He was going nowhere. You're not going to go in and go, I wanted to go to Liverpool, but because he had to play for them that season. Fucking dick. What did you expect him to say? I wanted to go to Liverpool, but, they wanted too much money for me. Is he going to say that? To the fans, to the club? He's got to play the full season through. They'd be on his fucking back. Jesus, people don't They don't think things out. I don't think they've got the capacity to think things out, to be honest. Toscana. The Liverpool FC monthly magazine used some of my photos for an article on celebs who support LFC. That's my claim to fame. Not too bad for a non-scouser, I think. That's great, that. Toscana. You're the red bear's face. Nice one, Toscana. Barry Aldridge. Quansah was always only going to fill in. Slot did the right thing to sub him against Ipswich. He was getting the runaround by Delap. Ebu kept him out, and he went on to win the game. Says Barry. I like that. Totally agree, but he's not playing to strength of any of our boys, to be honest. And Spearing Miller won. Legends, fuck's sake, what happened to that channel? That's why I don't watch it. Don't watch it. Excuse me there, coughing. Spearing Miller. Well, I was listening at Man United game last season. Not last season, the season before. When Diaz scored. Was it last season? Was it last season? No, it wasn't. No. Wasn't last season. And anyway, when we beat them 4-0, when we beat them 4-0 at Old Trafford, and Lucio scored 2, and Neil Miller went, oh, what a goal, what a goal. Oh, fuck. That's the way he said. The legend. Bob Paisley, 66% strike rate in the league and 3 European Cups, including its retention in 78, makes him the greatest manager in the English game. It's statistically irrefutable, says Sneapy. Of course it is. No one will ever beat that. And yet he was criticised as well. Criticism. Good job there wasn't any social networking then. Anyway, the King. If Henderson is the best midfielder on Saturday, then serious questions have to be asked about Slot and our midfield set. Didn't he go before Slot came though? Don't forget he's been over to fucking Saudi Arabia. Lost the shiny. There's only been here last season. He's played for Saudi. He's played for Ajax. So, you know, he went well before Slot came. So you'd have to ask the same question about Edwards. About our thing. But as someone said about homegrown players, you know, Quansah was an homegrown player. Big lad, him, you know. And the King. Jones was good last night. I think he was better than good, though, to be honest, King. He was outstanding, mate. McAllister being bad all year. Yes, totally agree. Have you noticed the... I really think it's spin. And I think it's like... Don't be more... I'm not saying from any of us. I think it's coming from the club, so you've got to look at the back of him. So, and they're saying, it's spent to me. Oh, he's carrying an injury. Well, why don't he fix the fucking injury? McAllister, that is. That's why he's playing bad. It's the fucking tactics. If anyone can't see that. Would be crazy to drop Jones for Saturday's match. We need consistency. He needs a good run of that. I agree with you there, Toscana. He was never the same, Quansah, after he dragged them off of him. Confident. Yeah, I said that, Dr. Bench. I said it. His confidence went. And as I said, you've only got to look then at the end of the season, he fucked them up. So you've got to see it from that perspective as well. You know, I've seen players playing fucking woeful and they've never been dragged up. Mo Salah, for example. Mo, has he ever been dragged up? No. But Quansah, you know, someone said he's given the run around, but he should have fucking kept him on. But at half time, he went, you're not going on. And put Ibu on. Because fucking Ibu never had anyone to challenge him. And when Quansah came on the scene, he was fucking good. And he kept Ibu out. But something that I think the Sloop man looked at Quansah, just didn't like his face or whatever. Dragged him off. Just, you know, I'm talking about before the Ipswich game. I think we would have won 2-0 anyway. We would have won 2-0 if Quansah would have played the full game. Good shout, though. The King. We still haven't replaced Matip, Fabinho and Mane. They walk into this. Of course they will. Mane. Fabinho. I was talking to our Francine yesterday. This fucking pain. I was talking to our Francine yesterday, and I was saying about Mane and Fabinho. My grandson Ben, he said Fabinho was phenomenal. He said, I said, well, we never really replaced Mascherano. Now we haven't replaced Fabinho, Mane. And I said at the time, Mane, the three forwards, Firmino and Salah. I said, while you're watching enjoy them because you won't see the likes of these again playing for Liverpool Football Club. Enjoy it. And that was at the moment. They were phenomenal at the time, going back when they were playing for us. The King, still gutted we missed out. Oh, don't remind me of that. For 2 years I was saying, get this lad, get this lad. James Pearce came out and said he was an unknown quantity. Fuck off. He's fucking brilliant. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, Carabashela. How the fuck could you spell that? I can't even pronounce it, King. Great, that. We could have had him for 58 million. We could have. I thought we were going to get him last season. I thought we were going to get him last season. I said, oh, we'll get him. We're going to get him. Beginning of last season. And then when we never got him in the summer, I said, we'll get him in the winter, but bound to get him. And what was the spin? What was the fucking stupid spin that we fucking come out with? He was an unknown quantity. And people believe that, you know. Fuck it. Thanks for upsetting me, King. Sneaky, some of our most committed and obsessed supporters are woolly-backs, yes. If you're a red, it's an interim. It is. Some love the club to the point of coming to live here, even if it's someone who's looking for the Frost building and someone told them, oh, do you mean by Iceland? Funniest thing ever, that. I know what you mean, Snapey. And Barry, to the dock. If he didn't drag Quansah off, to me. If he hadn't dragged Quansah off, we would have lost that game, says Barry. Oh. Okay. Okay. Right, Barry, no one's arguing with you on that, mate. And Snapey says, even if it's in the Frozen Kingdom. That was the funniest thing I ever heard anyone. Just sitting down chatting with me, Snapey, and you were telling me. Sitting in here, and you came up to see me. So funny. The King. I know, Frank, what I meant. Was we should have a better players than Jordan, who was 35 now, and fucking Milner. He was playing out of his past the sell-by date. Them two weren't playing. That's how bad it was for Klopp. You know, people say, he's playing there. You know, that he's made. He couldn't replace them because he had no fucking money. And people couldn't see that. People couldn't see it. He had no money, so he had to play. They weren't playing. They weren't starting full games. If they started a full game, they were substituted. And if they didn't start a game, they came on as subs. The pair of them. Him and Milner. Reports say the Palace manager was threatening to resign if they sold him. The way it fell apart, I think the reports are right, says Neil Sunley. It was the 5 million. You know, he could have said that. He could have said it. Don't sell him or he'll resign, yeah. But if they were being offered the 5 million, he would have fucking gone and he would have still been there. That's me. Listen, when I'm talking, you know, I'm just giving my opinion. It's like everyone's giving their own opinion. As I said, it's your show. That's why I read everything out. Don't want fucking nothing off you. I don't ask for their super fucking chats or anything. I really don't. I don't expect anything of you. And she says, yep, that prick force quads are out for me. He played so well for the season before. Yeah, he kept Ibu out. And when Quansar went, he went back to normal, Ibu. Remember, they want them out. They don't even want them fucking out now because there's nowhere to challenge him. There was only that Giovanni Leone. But he's injured, the lad. He'll be out for the season. I don't know what the devastation it is for the lad because he might just be fucked. I hope not. Because he is good, Giovanni Leone. He is good. And she says, the unknown quantity. Oh, the Red Bears, I'm sorry. Kenny is my king. Kenny is my king. Yeah, but I think it's not like you're going back. If you're going back, if you know what I mean. If you're going back. Or is it the best player, you know? I don't know. I might have got it wrong. I might have interpreted the comment wrong about who's your favourite player. I thought he meant this season. Could it be forevermore? You know, people say Kenny Dalglish. As I said, look, my profession is to fucking analyse everything. And I mean, analyse everything. I've got a library there full of fucking books. I used to have to analyse them. Whether it's books on Rome, whether it's books on history, whether it's books on the Civil War, whether it's books on everything, and analyse them. Whether it's books on Shakespeare, and analyse them. Dickens, anyone. William Blake, anyone. Analyse them. That's my profession. I analyse fucking everything. And, you know, when I look at Kenny, my analytical thing was there. Steven Gerrard, who the fuck was he playing alongside? So I'll mention there. The likes of Jay Spearing, Phil Babb, McAteer, and others. Fucking others. and he dragged them through. Steven Gerrard was phenomenal. Kenny, on the other hand, played with 10 others, including the goalkeeper. World-class players, every fucking one of them. How would he have been in a Steven Gerrard side? Dragging them through. Until a couple came along, well, 3 or 4, and that was Xabi Alonso, Fernando Torres, Mascherano, who helped him along. And we were unlucky in some things, like winning the league. Then we drew too many, unfortunately, got beat by 4 points by Man United, which was unlucky. So, Steven Gerrard, I'll say, if it is that, Steven Gerrard. Now, I go back, it used to be Roger Hunt for me. He was phenomenal, Roger Hunt. Unbelievable player. You know, you can take the latter part of the 70s side, 80s side. Unbelievable players. The likes of McDermott, the likes of Souness. Incredible players. Alan Hansen, unbelievable players. Phil Thompson, a Scouser, unbelievable. Great defender. Great defender. But Steven Gerrard for me, because they were all playing a fucking great sides. All playing in great sides. But Steven Gerrard wasn't. So, to me, Steven Gerrard is the greatest legend. Now, in the future, you've got to consider Mo Salah, haven't you? I tell you, the greatest player to throw a red shirt on, if he would have stayed with us, he would have became legends of the legends. Now, you mightn't agree with me here, but the fella who put that red shirt on, he was out of this world. An incredible player. And that was Luis Suarez. And see, the unknown quantity now, the best left wing in the world. Well done, Hughes. You prick. The invisible man. Fuck's sake. The invisible man. And the king. Sorry, Frank, mate. I'm gutted too. Top player. You're talking about Lucho. Shame. Snapey, the Redbird says, spot on. Sir Bob Paisley is the greatest. Fergie, 19 and 20. Sir Bob, 19 trophies in 9 years. Really 8, you know, because he won nothing in his first season. Sir Bob. Nothing. Then picked up. He was the only manager at the time. I'd seen them. I was there live watching them. He's the only manager at the time to win 3 when you have to be champions of your league, by the way. That's what people forget, not this fucking Champions League thing where you can get beaten, go like Liverpool, Galatasaray, you know what I mean? If there was a bit fucking, we'd have been out now. Do you see what I mean? And he was the only manager to win the European Club Cup 3 times with the same club. No other manager that did it. Only him. And Ferguson couldn't emulate. He wanted to emulate him. He couldn't fucking do it for 3 Europeans. But even if he would have done it, he wouldn't have still done it because it would have been the Champions League. See what I mean? not European Cups. I always remember Liverpool were there beating United 4-1 at Anfield. We just slaughtered Real Madrid 4-0. Do you remember that? Incredible. Steven Gerrard. And we beat them, went up to Old Trafford, beat them 4-1. And Ferguson said the best team lost. Never liked him. Horrible then. Never gave Liverpool any credit. And I always remember a picture of him and Kenny, like, laughing their heads off, having a fucking joke. Yeah. I won't say his name, Frank, but your mate didn't have a clue where to play Bobby Firmino. Then Jürgen came in. That's a cracker, that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Never had a fucking clue to play anywhere. You're right, mate. I was even saying it. I'm not about Bobby. I was even saying at the time, look at this fucking backroom stuff. Mike Marsh, and this fucking Welsh fella who you brought up for Swansea. I said, we're going to win fuck all with them. And I was right. Thanks, Doc. Thanks, mate. And Snapey says, Redbird, 3 European Cups in 60 months. Compared to Ferguson's 2 in 22 years. That's a cracker. That's great, that. 60 months compared to 22 years. And I was there to witness them all on the day. And I've said this before to you, as I turn around to this fella when we won our first one. And the fella was my age then, if you know what I mean. And he was crying. And I'm like, what are you crying for? I was like, he said, because I didn't know them. He said, because I never thought I'd see the day my team would be lifting a European Cup. Leone reminded me a bit of Nesta was fantastic. Emma Maldini. But you're right there, Leone. Big lads, you know, big, solid. It's so fucking sorry for them. Just hope that it. Thanks, IBR. That's great, that. Nesta. Personally, I think Kenny's all-round contribution to the club transcends just as playing talent. Yes, Snapey. Yes. The bench. What did you think of Isak being injured? It was always a worry when we signed him. Well, they said he was injury prone, didn't they? So will it set him back for the season? If you know what I mean. You know, will it be the excuses coming out? He's injured. Like, just like McAllister now. You know, he's injured. That's why he's not playing so well. He's in it. We'll fucking keep him up and get him fucking fit again then. Fix the injury. Take. We all have opinions, Frank. Not many always right ones. That's why we love being on this chat. You must have another head, Frank. You have so much. You have that much now. Remember when about Callum? No, Callum hasn't been on, has he? So, and he's done this before. I'm not fucking bothered about him anymore. You know what I mean? And I disagreed with him, and someone else disagreed with him, and he's just fucking left. He doesn't like we talk about criticism. I said, I get criticised, yeah. Not bothered. Over there, off me. As it should be. But Callum hasn't come back, which is a shame. Nice lad. The way it is, isn't it? But, I'm not fucking bothered. Dr. Benjamin, says the IBO. I didn't want Isak as him going on strike. I remember you saying that, IBO, because you did say, or you mentioned something similar. He wants a player that goes on fucking strike. And I felt Osman was far better value at 70 and more durable. Not bad. No, not bad. Not that anyone anywhere near Gerrard's or Alonso's passing ability since they left Trent. A bit, but still nowhere near the same as Dom. Yeah, bang on. God, blimey. This fucking itch is back. Things I fucking go through, Oh, Rose brother, I hope nothing's wrong, mate. Even if Frankie Rose brother here, hope you're well, mate. Lad, what do you make of that formation? Like, where is he? That frightened me there. I thought he was going to say something was wrong with him because we haven't seen him. It needs a change in a fair play to Slot. Mo unhappy is a great response. Hope he is really mad. Yep. He will get mad. Someone mentioned that before. It's what we were saying, we were made up, but brother, honestly, I'm telling you now, that was a very, very, it was an extremely poor Frankfurt Eintracht. It was very poor side. And they didn't play like low block or anything. And I was made up that he played Jones in midfield. I wanted him to play him against Man United because I said before the game on here, pre-match, I said, this is ideal. This is before the fucking team came out. This is ideal for Curtis Jones. Never got picked. Last night he was picked. Total difference. But again, we were playing a very poor side. They cut us through. They cut through. We could have been 2-0 down before we scored. They cut us through like butter for their goal. Brilliant passing, but they fucking went through us. And they could have had a second. I thought, was that before as well? I don't fucking know. Could have gone 2 down. Yeah, let's hope that. Well, someone mentioned about Mo being angry. And let him, come back as an angry man. And the brother says, I agree with Frank. There, Stevie G was the best player I've seen on the turf at Anfield. Frank, would you say Gerrard is the best you've seen live, lad? My brother and dad say, I don't fucking mention that, Barnes. Steven Gerrard, there was no one compared to him. No one. No fucking one. No one. I was at Anfield. You know, everyone saw. I'm not talking about Sonetti, and that was the greatest of all fucking thing. That. The greatest of all. In 77. For noise. It was incredible atmosphere. No, that'll never ever be beaten. And I've been there for some of the great, that fucking Chelsea thing as well. But what I'm saying is about Steven Gerrard, and it was the quarter-final, Champions League quarter-final against Spurs. Why did I say Spurs? Against Arsenal. And that Adebayor, he scored with 6 minutes to go. And from the kickoff, you know, from the kickoff, Ryan Babel was on. I think he came on for Crouch, not quite so sure now. But anyway, he came on. And the ball was, and he ran with the ball. And it was just after they scored. And he ran with the ball into their area. And that Colo Torre, who we fucking signed, another fucking cabbage. He brought him down. We got a penalty. Think about it. Think about this. Steven Gerrard in front of the fucking cop with the ball on the penalty spot. Knowing if he misses it, we're out. Could you imagine that? Nerves going through. And I said, this fella's got fucking nerves of steel. If he fucking scores this, he's got nerves of steel. I didn't have nerves of steel. Because here's what I done. When I seen him making a move, I just went like that. And all as I felt was this. We're all jumping around me. Scored. I said, what was it like? Put it in the roof of the net. Did he? That's Steven Gerrard. That's Steven Gerrard. And I'll tell you one other one. Where we were losing the final. Remember? West Ham? The fucking ball came out to. It was only, a few minutes to go. And he must have said to him, I'm just going to fucking hit this. Right in the corner. And we went on to win the cup. Remember? Remember down at Cardiff? The home of the boyos. Thanks, Ross, brother. Thanks for those lovely memories. Thank you. Ferguson had 3 times as long to eclipse Paisley, 27 seasons to Bob's 9. And, you know, as I said, he won nothing in the first season. His first season, he won absolutely zilch. So he did it in 8 seasons. But, 9 officially, yes. Technically, 8 seasons. Great shout, Snapey. Great shout for his brother. Neil Sully. We all have holes. We all have holes and opinions. And we appreciate you giving us the place for the holes to give our opinions, Frankie lad. Thank you, Neil. That's what I said, we can't all. As I said, I fucking hate that terminology. Get behind the team as though we don't get behind the team. See, the likes of every one of you want the best for Liverpool. Every single one of you wants the best for Liverpool. honestly, like I do. I was just thinking what Sleepy, what was said when he was looking for this road, and he said it's by Frost Building. He didn't know. He said it's by Frost Building to the person he was asking for the direction. He said, oh yeah, by Iceland. It tickled me now. I shouldn't have said this, should I? I'll be fucking giggling after myself sitting on the couch. And Neil says, favourite player of all time, Johnny Barnes as a kid in the 80s. No, I love Barnesy. I'm being honest. I loved him. But when someone fucking starts reviewing the Sun, not for me. Sorry. I don't fucking mention him or anything. Albeit he was a great player. It's just like someone today, I'm being political here, getting right behind Israel and genocide. If anyone gets behind that, they're fucking finished with me. I survived fucking Hillsborough. And that fucking paper. Think about that for me. And Barnes. If I gave somebody 3 times as long to lay 1,000 bricks as me, they might lay as many personally. I'd be mortified if I was the one given the 3 times and still couldn't do it. That's a cracking analogy. And still couldn't do it. Yeah. That's a cracker, that. That's it. Hey, up. And Neil says, today's team, I'm a big Ryan Gravenberch fan. I think when he's on his game, he's immense. He might not set games alight, but what he does in that centre midfield is brilliant work. But haven't you noticed that he was playing like a number 6 last season? He had to. And now this season he's playing differently, but he's not as, you mentioned, the terminology, immense. He was immense last season, but he's not immense this season. See what I mean? Like, for that standard he set himself. That's just me, though. But I like Gravenberch, he's a good lad. And he's young. He's still young, still learning the game. And Snape said, if we don't listen to criticism, we stagnate intellectually, not being influenced by external opinions, making us impermeable. Great minds have flexibility. Says Dictionary Corner. Yeah, we're getting linked with Camavinga from Madrid. Oh, IBR, that was done a couple of seasons ago, wasn't it? I rate the player as he's give us the legs we sometimes need in midfield, but it could mean McAllister going to Madrid. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. But we were linked with him a couple of seasons ago. We never got him. Frank, says the brother. Just to make you rest assured, our kid's got a YouTube issue, but he's making a new account to be back on the channel soon enough. He said, He thinks he's got banned for you. Oh yeah, brilliant. Oh fuck. Yeah, yeah. I got hacked, didn't I? I used to have a lot of friends, and I got hacked, and it was a fella pretending to be me, asking for money, and like if you give me £600 now, I'll guarantee you'll have 6,000 in 2 weeks. I don't know whether people were falling for us or whatever, but it was a hacker, and they were going through it, and it was fucking terrible. Anyway, I got banned, and I was, putting I'm saying it wasn't me. I said, look at my history. I've never asked anyone for fucking anything. So I had to go under another name. And most probably I'll get banned now. Because he could be listening and go, who's this fucking fella there, look? See what I mean? He's under another name. Find out who he is and ban him again. So I understand Ross' brother. I'll give him my regards, please. Tell him that people ask about him, honestly. You do. Tell him I'm doing, he won't have it on though, will he? If he gets us on, I'm doing the current affairs tomorrow, because he likes that. Unless he's going out. Anyway, Barry says, Terry Mack was a great runner behind the strikers, so underrated. Frank, so many memories, like the San Etienne game. I was on the cop with my mate from school, 18 I was. I must have been behind you, or in front of you, or behind the other side of you. Just there in the cup. Swaying, going back again. Fucking hell. Terry McDermott was one of Liverpool's greatest midfielders. He scored two of the best goals I've ever seen scored for Liverpool Football Club. One against Tottenham, 7 goals, the header. The greatest move ever, that bump, 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 goal. One touch football. And the other one against Spurs, but down at White Hart Lane when I was there. This is the fella that he gets told to support another club. Fuck off. Support another club. You're a plastic supporter. Anyway, when he chested it, tied it, and fucking hit it from the right wing. Was that Barry James still in goal? But anyway, some goal. Two of the best goals I've seen from any Liverpool player for Liverpool Football Club. And he even says one against Everton. Remember the chip? When he just went like that. Just brought it down. Side, I don't know who the fucking hell it was. And he's seen, was it Bobby Nims? Whoever was in goal. And he just chipped it. Terry McDermott, an incredible player. Used to run from our area to the opposition's area every fucking game. Hyper nasty. What happens with the sun, did you say? Oh, about Barnes. He was on, I think it was a morning programme back a few years ago. And they were, on this program, was it The Right Stuff or something like that? I don't fucking know what it was called. Because I never watched it after that. And he was reviewing, and he had the papers to review. Now, why didn't he say, I can't read that? I can't review that? And I was at a function a couple of years later, and I was down at the Shankly Hotel. I was at a Christmas function. John fucking Aldridge was on. He was fucking giving us all out and whatever. On the stage, crap just swearing his head off. And all of a sudden he runs in, Barnesy. Now I was at a table, I didn't know fucking any of them. Knew no one at this big round table. And anyway, I'm sitting there. I got invited down, to be honest. It could be fucking, I wouldn't. Anyway, I was invited down, sitting there. And he comes running and jumps on the stage. He goes, and he mentioned it very fucking briefly. He said, I never really did it. That's all. I'll never fucking do it. Now, he got a round of applause, and my table stood up. And I just sat there. When he first came on. And this fella, when he sat down and he started to talk, he said, why didn't you stand up? I said, because that swat there, I did see it. This fellow was posh. He said, why didn't you stand? I said, because that swat there reviewed the Sun. And I was made up, he fucking mentioned it. I said, yeah, I don't fucking stand up for the likes of him. Fucking reviewing that paper that called me a fucking murderer. I'm pickpocketed. My lads, my fellow Scousers who fucking died. I'm peed on coppers. And he looked at me like, I said, don't be fucking looking at me like that. No wonder I'm in fucking bug. So that was it. Hip and nasty. With Barnes. And in Liverpool, you do not fucking do it, mate. There's a very famous actor who stood in front of the fucking big posters at the Sun. I was like a big Liverpool fan as well. And I know lads, and I'm talking about writers, and won't fucking entertain them anymore. They even stopped the film for them. That Paramount wanted to produce. Not what I meant. Fuck them off. That's how heavily the Sun relies, or is, on people's minds, mine included. And they never once come out and apologise to us. That should have been front page. Should have been front page. And they never apologised. Fucking Calvin Mackenzie. Calvin Mackenzie. And Snapey says, just for the record, Bob Paisley was a bricklayer, and he had Tommy Smith and Chris Lawler to build those, the original dugout. He had them building them. Because when he came into train, he said, hey, are you two? He was only young. Get in, build that. It's the fucking bricks, and they built it. Frank, says the Rose brother, do you think in the new transfer window a right back may be essential? And do you think we need more steel? Yeah, both. And do you know what gets me raw? It's this. And when you think about it, we had one. We had young Conor Bradley as a right back. We had, then we went out and bought Frimpong as a right back. Nothing else, as a right back. So those were. And what's his Sloop Boy too? He drops them and puts fucking supposedly at midfield and that right back. What's the point in that? But we do need more steel in midfield, definitely. We were talking before about the likes of Mascherano and even Fabinho, but no one was like Mascherano for me. He was an incredible number 6. And I've been, your kids will tell you, brother, that I've been screaming out for him for 3 years for a DM. I was screaming out for 2 years for Kvaratskhelia from Napoli. Now he's wonder boy for Paris Saint-Germain. Frank, what's your 11? Well, let's have Jones in there. Let's have Waits in there. And let's have Dom in the midfield. That's what it's at. And let's have an extra one, actually. And 2 up front. Why not have 4 in midfield? Like McAllister, for example. And Avi Eckert, well, he's not going to drop Ekatike like he has been fucking dropping him. He was the only informed forwards and he kept dropping them. Master stroke, isn't it? It's the sloop man. But anyway, he has to play him. And it'll be up to him who he picks, either Federico, Gapco, or Mo. And as someone mentions, would you play Mo central? Is it an option? So that's it. I'd love to see Ali in goal, but that won't happen. Laws on Barry says laws on, I think, Frank. Laws on. Laws. What's laws? Am I getting laws on? I don't know what you mean there. I'm sorry, Barry. Honestly. And laws below. Frank, if the club gave you 100 million this January, he would. Well, put it this way. If I was corrupt as Congress in the United States, or as corrupt as the Kiev regime, or as corrupt as the EU, I'd take that 100 million and fuck off with it and buy no one. That's my take on it. Snavy, Barry Aldridge agrees McDermott's goals were phenomenal and plenty of them too. Boss shout. Why did he make it? Did I miss that? Oh, yeah. No, I read it out, didn't I? Frank, I'll pass on your goodwill, lad. Thank you, brother. Great to see you, by the way. Honestly, I'm not just saying that. You're a good man, and your kids is, honestly. I have to say, though, I'm jealous of you, own goal fans, who got to see Kenny, Keegan, Selner, yeah, St. John, etc. play. Keegan, little Kev, him and Tosyak. And you know what? Genuine this. When we used to see Kevin Keegan and Tosyak together with goals that they used to score, we couldn't wait until the next day when that Granada, used to have match on Sundays. Couldn't wait to see them goals. Nothing like today, live matches and watch-alongs and That's a cracker, that, Neil. Cracker, that. And Barry says, and Terry McDermott came from Newcastle after we stuffed them out Wembley, yeah. And so did Barney Rubble. When Malcolm McDonald bragged what he was got. Yeah, I remember that, Barry. I remember that. Me mate, he was down there. Oh, he fucking died this year. Was it this year? Yeah. And I didn't know. And I was asking about him. I said, oh, he died 6 months. No one fucking tells me anything. He said, we're going to fucking stuff these. And we did. Barry, yeah, Terry Mac. Scotia Terry. From Kirby, actually. And Stephen Gray. Yeah. How did you get that? You got that, didn't you? Should have heard Dave Kirby. Fucking a few others about it. And me. I'm fucking me. And someone say, oh, did you watch that? Fuck off. I won't watch him or anything, Ken. Or anything with him in. No. Brian. Good evening, Franco Baresi. That kid calls me Baresi. I don't know why. And all the chat. Hope everyone is doing well. Yes. Fuck the sun. Scumbag Greg. God bless R97. Thank you. Thank you, Brian, for that. And you, sir. I watched a Crew Alexandra versus Liverpool under 21 games on YouTube, and the first thing I saw was Jay Spear and being at fault for the first goal. Honestly, what is he doing in the under? Oh, do you know what you said? Honest. I've got no words for it, mate. Honest to God. I have no words. So I've only got fucking 3 likes, you know. And he was loads on it. Must look at me and go, oh, fuck him. Fuck them on there as well, you know. I'll be fuming if he brings in McAllister and Salah back for Saturday. We've got to keep turning forward and positivity in Jones and Vert. Keep it away from the backline. Well, that's your midfield then, isn't it? That's your midfield, Brian. Mascherano was a pit bull. Exactly. Tenacious and highly attritional. Like a lot of players in that position, they never get the plaudits their contribution warranted. He was one of our best number 6 ever. Yes. Tell you who else. I'll tell you what else. Who else, I'm sorry, was Didier. Bit me fucking tongue. Didier, man. It's fucking great, Diddy. You're all right, Diddy. Yeah. Didier, man, was great. Second half, Istanbul. Should have heard us to these fucking pricks going. From over the water, though. Fucking going. Get back, you fucking shower. And they were on the fucking telly a couple of days later. Being into it. Oh, you know, we thought we were going to get stuffed. Oh, you know, we didn't want to, stay there for the fucking big defeat. They never swore like I did. They missed the greatest fucking thing ever in any final. They missed it. They got back to the hotel, their hotel or a bar, and it was all over. They were all running around with their hands. And they were saying, you won. Liverpool win. They're not proper supporters, then. Terry Mack's dummy, I think it was David. That's him, Barry. Yeah, David Lawson. Good shout. It was David Lawson. What a goal. The King. 4-3-1-2. Mame, Gomez, Canate, Verge, Robertson, Gravenberch. Will he be playing though? Will the Grav be playing? Is he still injured? Because it was a bad ankle. Jones, Szoboszlai, Vert. I like that. I like that team. I like that, King. Be great if the Gravenberch was fit. But then again, what fucking slots like? What about the club, Frank? What fucking club? Our club? No, our club fucking... Well, it was club who fucking sacked them all, didn't he? From going in. The current one. Keegan. 35,000 from Scunthorpe to Shaq. 107 from Cardiff. 11 million is that? Is it? 35, yeah. 35. I forget how much we paid. Who was it? Was it Duncan? Oh, I forget who it was. Who Ray Clements came from. And they would always put in the reserves, getting the Liverpool way. And the brother says, Frank, it's a shame. Today's forwards don't work as hard. No. My dad always said Rushy was the original. He had back in defence. And you know, Rose brother, honestly, mate, your kid might agree. You might agree. And that's what, believe it or not, Rush defended from the back, if you know what I mean. Pressed from the back and fucking forwards, and they all had to fucking chase him. And that's what Lucho did. That's what Nunes did. They had to fucking go back to retrieve the ball in our half and fucking run forwards when it's only out, fucking charged after them. That was the high press. Don't get it today. So your dad was right. Of course he was right. Seen it with my own eyes. With Rushy. Always remember, do you know when he first came over from Chester, Paisley got him. And he plays a couple of games, genuine this. And my mate, we used to go to games together. We used to walk there. We used to either walk up along Great Ormer Street, or if we were down by Scott, we used to walk up Scotty and just up the valley. And we were walking along this, and we were playing Fulham. And you know, it's shocking. It's talking about going out that night, to be honest. Talking about the night before as well. Friday night. We going along. And then we started talking football. You know what he said to me? I don't like this fella, you know. I said, hey. He said, this fucking Rush fella. Don't like him. That afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rush and we're standing together on the cop, as you do. No tickets, get paid at the turnstile. Scored 4. I said, what do you think of him? And he went, you know, he's all right, like, isn't he? Me. Walking down to the pub, into town. And she says, 27 likes. Oh, that's good. I've only got 4 on mine. I don't know. See, you get different likes, on different things. I wish they'd subscribe, though. Thanks, T. Toscana. Ray Kennedy was one of my brilliant, Ray. Great midfielder. Suffered from MS. And do you know, I'm going to tell you something now. Do you know that one of the lads used to tie his bootlaces before coming out? Couldn't do it. Genuine, that. True story. That. Jimmy Case told me that. Used to tie his laces. Or any of them. I choose a favourite size. That okay. Tie the laces before he went out on the field, on the pitch. Brian, the way Ekatike strides, he pitched me. Someone else said that, Torres. Someone said exactly the same with his goal last night. Someone said not on here, but I've seen it somewhere. Reminds me of Torres. Ambi says 3 likes on mine. See, I don't know. I've got 4 likes now. Someone must have liked what I said. Must have been about James Baird. I like that for what he said. Thanks, Ambi. Thanks, sweetheart. It's such a shame that Batatich, the Batatich lad, has an ABK to spare. Yeah, he borrowed them, didn't he? Fucking hell. When he burst on the scene, I said to me, mate, we got one here. And unfortunately, one of your other mates went like that. Yeah, I think he looks like, or he's going to play like Navy, or be like Navy. Fucking injured all the time. It's such a shame that Batatich, lads, yeah, he did, unfortunately. David Coleman's Keegan's goal pays the rent. What was it? Great saying that. Highway 1, Keegan 2, Liverpool 3, Newcastle none. Something like that. Was it? I forget. There was something like that. David Coleman. Great. Sleepy. Istanbul on 43 minutes. I was inconsolable when Dudek saved Shevchenko's penalty. I bawled my eyes out. When you're losing, that's when your family team needs you. We back them to the hilt. And you know what, Snapey, and I'm not being funny, but when we were in there and those pricks were going home, and we was fucking scared, fucking sit down, get back here, because even like at the match, and you'd always had, the Anfield Road and the Kemlin Road stands, which is now the Kenny Dalglish stand. And they used to all get up, fucking going. And we used to sing, sit down, you bum, sit down. Not waiting, they were getting back to the cars or whatever. Kemlin Road stand. He still fucking do it. It's more, I hope Gravenberch is all right to play, says the King. I wouldn't be playing McAllister anytime soon. Well, if he's not if he's not fit, I think you'll see McAdam. I'm going to go right down. I've got to finish, boys and girls. It's 20. Look, that's nearly 10 o'clock. Been here since 7. Last night, Sobbo was out. Yeah, he was. He was. Yeah, he's been our best. Yeah, I agree with that. He has been our best player this season. He also been moved from every position throughout this club. I respect that. Sobozlo. Let's hope Kirkers finds his feet. Yes, the lads will see. You can actually see it, I know. I think they all do, even that vets, right there, Rose brother. I remember when we signed Mash, never played for West Ham. Everyone thought Rafa was mad paying what he did for the player who didn't play for West Ham. And do you ever remember that Tevez? And he played for them. And they were both fellow countrymen. And he signed for Man United. Tevez. $300,000 for Rushy from Chester. Fuck. $300,000. Fucking hell. I wonder how much it'd be worth today. Phenomenal amount. Johan. Hiya, Johan. 27 likes on mine. Need to refresh the browser every hour to see the updated likes and ambidextrous. Great. Thanks. Good to see you, Johan, mate. Oh, it really is. The best positional ever, Ray Kennedy to midfield from Strat. Yeah, Paisley. They forget about Paisley being a tactical genius. Tactical genius. Sleepy. I'd rush not at that ill-fated season at Juve. At the rate he scored for us, he'd have scored close to 400 goals instead of a paltry 300 passes. As he stays here, greatest goal scorer of his year. Yeah. And I always remember Zinedine Zidane saying about Steven Gerrard, he's the greatest midfielder of his generation. And that comes from one of the greats. The IBR. Another banger of the show, thank you. Thank you, IBR. Rolled ankle can take weeks to get over, depending on the severity. I agree, Shay. It is. And Frank, do you find it interesting that Ekatike gets your bum off the seat? And Ishak so far has made me go to bed. I know Ishak will come good, but what was he doing in the Newcastle saga? Eating sweets. Wouldn't surprise me. I love Didi says Sully. Brilliant. Did he? I love Toddy as well. He was my mate, Toddy. Diddy and Toddy. I'll be on after the match Saturday night, says Brian. Frank, take care, mate. You'll never. Thank you all. Thank you so much, Brian. Thank you. You could hit it, yeah? Says Neil. The shot, I knew what you meant. Grazie, buonanotte, Franco and chatters. A very productive evening. I've been making pizzas and listening to it. They haven't had a pizza made for me since the last time I was in Italy. And that was just before COVID. Then when I was going to go again after COVID, fucking this happened. Can't fucking go anywhere. But I'm going to take my granddaughter to Verona. Prossimo anno. Juno. Pizzas and shit. Can't beat that. Great show, says Rose brother. Thanks for reading out me bits, lad. Our kids will be back, I'll bet you soon enough. Why don't you just stay on as well with us? You know, even your kid, unless you start arguing like I do. I never went up to for my Christmas dinner to our Gerrard's, and he hasn't spoken to me since. That was 2 Christmases ago. Fucking hell. Top man, you, Carlyle. My dad loved your age. And the history lectures. Go away. I'll give him my regards. You know, fella, still goes to games, doesn't he? Tell him I have a history show on a Monday night, you know. Talking all about Liverpool. Not the club, but the city. Love it. Like it, honestly. Thank you for that, Ro. Anfield's brother. Night, Frank, says the King. Thank you, King. Thank you so much. Good night, one and all. Boss little interaction with the committed devotees to our sacrosanct institution. Nice to see you, Johan, lad. Hope things are as well as can be expected, fella. Night all. Thank you. That was it. Thank you, mate. That was lovely for that, for our brother from another mother, Johan. Cheers, Frank. Great pod. Night chat. Cracking comments, says the T. Don't forget tomorrow night, everyone, if you're still with me. You know what it is? It's the hard-hitting one tomorrow. Current affairs. Got a lot to fucking say about that Trump as well. Fucking divvy. Barry. Right, Frank, take care. And you too, Barry. And you'll answer the Snapey. Have a good night, Snapey. And thank you. It means a lot. Legend. There you go. Told you that mother from another brother. Great fella. And Barry says, thinking of you, Johan. They're not brilliant. Says Barry to Johan. Thank you, Barry, says, replies Johan. And Snapey. You know, it's a good show when you take the phone to have a... And Callum's left us because he got never sad. He just doesn't think. Oh, fucking hell. See what I mean about how sensitive some people are? Well, I think I'll become a plastic. or I think I'll go and support another club and do their ones from there. I think I'll go and support Scunthorpe United and do a pod about Scunthorpe. Well, them telling me to, or even having them telling me to support another club, and you're a plastic. Or even a number 2, I know what you mean. Go in the lab. Listen, people, thank you so much. See if you can join me tomorrow. I'm going to have, I don't know what I'm going to have now. I'm going to have a cup of tea. And you know what? I don't know. Might have a round of toast. I don't want to eat too heavy, you see. Do you know what I'm going to have? Only half a sandwich. I look, like I go to Sainsbury's and I get this like little tub, for a quick sandwich. Coronation chicken. Love it. Coronation chicken. So I might have some of that. Barry Aldridge, why not? I'm full of it. On that, I'm going to leave you. Buonanotte, tutti. Thank you. Stay off the carbohydrates, Frank. Bad for the diabetes. Oh, go away. I've had a fucking load of spaghetti as well. Yeah, I'll have to. I'm putting so much fucking weight on as well. I've got to. Do you know what? I went to doctors yesterday. I've been on the wrong medication for something. And they went, we're changing this now. And even the chemist came up last night and said, I was quite surprised, It's the same fucking thing. It's the same. What can you do? Same fucking medication that they said. That's not. Anyway, I'm going to end now. Hopefully I'll see some of you tomorrow. If not, see you for Saturday morning for the film and TV review. 10:30. 7 o'clock tomorrow night for the you-know-what, current affairs. And Sunday, fucking hell, Sunday. Eat fruit, drink water. Go away, eggs. I thought they're bad for you. I do drink a lot of water, Thanks, Snapey. I'm going to have loads of eggs now. I bought myself a little egg poacher. Brilliant. Where did I get it? Forget where I got it. A little egg poacher. And they do poached eggs. My old girl used to do them brilliantly. Poached eggs, loved them. On a round of toast. And I'll be having them every fucking morning now. I didn't know that. Thanks for that. The only fruit I eat, I can't eat apples. I love apples, can't eat them. Unless they're in cake form. Loads of eggs are made up with that, Sneaky lad. Interesting, says Barry. Oh, fuck, did they? They blew another boat this time in the Pacific. Go away. Versus Colombia. This is ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Be talking about that tomorrow, Johan. And be talking about it tomorrow. Can't talk about it now. I'll never fucking sleep, Snapey. You've poached it off somebody. I'll wager. I just seen it in the shop and I went, well, I'll get one out. I got it. And it works. It fucking works. And Toscana, protein is better than carbs. No wonder that Francine bought me a drink. You know, that size. And she said, Dad, and it looks horrible. She said, it's full of protein. And it's there in the fridge. Won't have it now because I have to take water with what I have to take when I go to bed. And first thing of the morning. Oranges, do you know what I eat? But they're already peeled and in a little pot. Not a tin pot. Is mandarins. Mandarins, love them. And I have them for a sweet sort of thing. Oranges. Bang on. Protein is all right. Snappy to Toscana. And on that, I've got to finish, ladies and gents, because Frank is... Get satsumas. Do you know what? I've never had them. What are they? Satsumas. Is that orange? Satsumas. Anyway, honestly, boys and girls, thank you so much. Mille grazie per tutti. And I'll see some of you tomorrow. Thank you. Buonanotte. Oh, right. Basically, Tony shot. Up the heaps. Basically, tangerines, Frank. And your answer is, Mandarin is beautiful, the fruit and the language. I know Mandarin, you know, around Hong Kong, and they speak Mandarin. Is it Chinese? The Mandarins? Learn something new every fucking day. People, I'll have to go. Thank you so much. Hopefully I'll see some of you tomorrow. I'm going to leave that up. Good night, everyone. Buonanotte. A domani. Ci vediamo.